Hello and welcome. My name is Winter, also known as Winter Heals. I am a hereditary seer, shamaness, plant medicine mama, and quantum life designer through the lens of Tantra, human design, and gene keys. And I am here again with you to speak more on my manifestation journey, how I manifested this incredible life in Montana, based completely on a trustful and listening to my inner guidance and using life design techniques. So, I've been recording a video pretty much every day since the beginning of this year, sharing bits and pieces about my journey. It was originally going to be a book that I had been writing, that I'd been working on, but something within me was telling me that it wants to live through the spoken word, at least at this point in time. So I've started sharing pieces of my journey along with the lessons that I've learned connected to each piece of the journey. And today I'm speaking about the human design end of it, being a manifesting generator, a 5-1, and the type of manifesting generator I am is an emotional manifesting generator. So, what I'm going to be speaking on around that is purely from my experience being that energy type in human design and how I use it to navigate creating the life that I want to see around me. So, I'll get started with the profile, the 5-1 profile. So, in yesterday's video, I touched on it ever so briefly about being a 5. When you have a 5 line in your profile, that means that you're basically living in a projection field. You're living in the projection field of the world. So, like, let's say life is a simulation because we're constantly creating our reality in every given moment, then you're living in the projection field of that reality, right? Which also means that as a 5, if you know your human design, you know that you have a 5 line in your profile. As a 5, you may be experiencing projections from others. And when I say projections from others, this is the ideas, expectations, and desires projected or put upon you by others. So, this can be tricky, especially depending upon your line of work, right? So if you're in a line of work that's specifically for healing, teaching, or guiding, people may come to you with these ideas and expectations that you can provide certain things for them that you may not have listed on your business card or your website. They just feel that you can provide X, Y, and Z for them. And I feel like part of this is due to a manifesting generator having a magnetic aura. That means that our energy field is open, it's big, and it's like magnetic, like it's pulling things and people towards us. So it's up to us to be very discerning about whose expectation and idea we can actually meet and fulfill and whose we can't. Right? Because we can't be everything to everybody. So back to the 5 thing. So living in this projection field, what I've learned through my experience is that being a spiritual teacher, energy healer, guide, channeler, all of these things is that over the years, people have had certain expectations of what I could possibly do for them. Now, most of the time I'm able to fulfill them. A lot of the time, the things that they ask me for are not on my website. I call it like the secret menu. Because yeah, I can do the thing, but I don't advertise it because maybe it's not my favorite thing to do, or maybe it's something I only do every once in a while and I don't do it regularly enough to like actually advertise it. So that's one way that I've experienced this projection field. So another way that this can play out is people do ask you for things that you're not able to provide, and you may feel pressured to want to be able to provide for them. The best thing for you to do, again, is not try to be everything for everyone, but if you know of someone who can provide what you're not able to refer them, and just know that the universe will bring it back around full circle. Another way, and this is like the last example I'll give for the 5 situation. Another way this can play out is that you may find it hard to meet people's expectations of you, especially if they're viewing an old template of who you are. Meaning they're used to this version of you, but you've grown and transformed and now you're this version of you. So when they try to communicate with you or connect with you, they're talking to this version, but you're like over here. And so you may feel like there's a disconnect going on, because there is. And it's really important to have patience with this process. I feel like the most times this happens with is usually with family members, right? Or old friends who've known you for a long time. They're used to this version of you, but you're like this version over here. And, it's a personal preference as to whether to try and get them to see the new template version of you, or just to deal with the old projection that they're perceiving of you. And, okay, last thing on the 5. In human design, the 5 is considered the heretic, right? I love that word. So the heretic is the one who points out the elephant in the room. Like, we can't help but to be the outlier, the outsider, the nonconformist, the visionary, black sheep, whatever you want to call it. We're the ones who are not afraid to be different, and we're not afraid to speak our minds about being different. And that's 100% okay, because by embracing that about ourselves, we get to live out the frequency of that 5 line and show others how it's safe and okay to be yourself, even though it may not be like the popular version with everyone, or to speak your mind and it may not be the popular opinion. You have a right to exist. You have a right to speak your mind. So I feel like, as the 5 line heretic, a good part of our presence here on the planet is to show that it's okay to be outside the box, break the rules, create your own rules, all that good stuff. And so my profile is 5/1, 5/1, right? So the 5 line is about being, out there, being the example. Maybe you're a leader, a teacher, but you're embodying that energy of, do what I want. And that's okay, because you're essentially like writing an invisible permission slip to others saying, like, do what you want. It's okay. Now, the 1 line is about research. The 1 line is about information. I love a good rabbit hole. When I'm curious, I will follow it all the way until I'm like, okay, either I'm too far in and this no longer serves me, or this actually doesn't align with like the greater picture of what I'm trying to put together here. And then I'll back up out of the rabbit hole, but I've gathered some valuable information along the way. So the 5 line is a conscious line in the profile placement. The 1 line is an unconscious line. So I internally, unconsciously, am always looking for answers, new information, new data, and sorting it into like all the different spaces where then I can use it either for myself in application, or I can use it in my coaching practice, my guidance practice. And the piece I'll say about being a manifesting generator, the way I've experienced it, is I was conditioned from a young age to initiate, to hustle. New Yorker by nature, right? Hustle, do the grind, initiate, create your own opportunities, all that stuff. That's cool, but especially like in a certain period of your life. But as you get older and you begin to be more conscious of your design, you start to realize that can waste a lot of time and energy, because not everything needs to be initiated. And also, you will tire yourself out, because our strategy is to respond and to wait for the invitation. So that doesn't mean do nothing while you're waiting for an invitation to come in. It means follow your curiosity, do what's fun, do what lights you up, follow your passions. Um, just be you, do the things that you enjoy. And as you're in that heightened energy of feeling really good about doing the things you enjoy and the things that light you up and things that bring you pleasure, that in turn makes you so much more magnetic than if you were trying to go and do the thing. Then your magnetism amplifies and opportunities literally come to you through email, text, whatever it is, on the street, as you're out and about, opportunities come to you. So I had to unlearn the whole do all the time, and back it up and be like, okay, I'm just gonna chill and be curious and speak my intentions and feel what feels really good and yummy for me, what lights me up, what excites me, what am I passionate about. Explore that stuff, go fairy mode, and then boom, boom, boom. That's like when the opportunities come to me. So just some thoughts, again, strictly from my experience. If you found this to be helpful, awesome. I'm so happy that you're here. Please hit like if you found this to be helpful for you. And if you're enjoying this content that I've been putting out and are looking forward to more informational things about manifestation and the different tools that I use to create the life that I want, please hit subscribe. Have a blessed day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.